lectures being taken, they cannot the knowledge that you require for purpose of passing the examinations. So I will advise that as much as possible, you take your lectures serious. While the online lectures or the physical lectures, which will be coming up time goes on. I want to discourage the attitude whereby spillover or carryover students abandon the need to attend such classes and expect miracles to happen at the end of the examinations. That is not the way it happens. Except you are part of a process. Getting maximum benefit from that process may not really be possible. So I need to advise you about that. And alongside with that, recognize the fact that a number of you, according to some inquiries which I received earlier in the day, are outside the town for financial reasons, and there are some who have chosen to take some jobs for survival reasons too. All of these things are appropriate. But there must be a balance between the way you seek survival and the need to complete this very important project to your level as well. Your degree is important. A number of you tried hard to make it at the original time too, passing out with others. But somehow it has happened the way it has happened. So this is not the end of life. What we make up of the pieces is what matters to you. So I want to suggest that all of us take this lecture serious with one objective in mind: passing creditably well, not just passing at break-even point, not just managing to pass. You know, my attitude in classes generally has been to teach very well, stimulate you very well towards acquisition of knowledge. By the time I test my exams, it's not usually too difficult for you to cope with because you have had required knowledge to pass the examination. So I want you to apply the same mindset that you have always provided me in my previous classes to the current one as well. And I wish you us guidance and support as you navigate the journey of ACC 407. There's no amen to that, Abby.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Are you sleeping? I need reactions
No,
when necessary, you know. Anyway,
the call is muted, so
uh,
it's
uh,
stop.
okay. Now, if you have a look at the course outline that's before you, the way it is arranged may not be suitable for teaching purposes, and it does not contain the required details and specifications which are normally expected. Incidentally, auditing and financial reporting is my specialization, but I have not been teaching that course over time because I have more work to do on financial reporting, and since there's a limit to what I can do alone, others have had to take auditing. Auditing is the practical course and the professional image of the accountancy discipline. And there's literally two. I'm a practicing auditor who have been involved in some of the activities which are going to be described in this lecture. Therefore, you have the advantage of having the practical perspectives to some of the things which we are going to be doing, which is an advantage to you. So, when I looked at the course outline, I was able to see that there's a need to rearrange quite a number of the items. For instance, you have as one report, statutory requirement for reports, Companies Act 1968, which is obsolete. After the 1968 Act, you have the 1990 Act. After the 1990 Act, which is CAMA, you have the 2004 Act. After the 2004 Act, you have the 2020 Act. And now we're still talking about, say, 1968 here. So you can see how obsolete that information looks. Then they say types of reports. Then the external auditor, professional requirements, duties and powers, under statute, under case law. Then independence and ethical considerations, auditing procedures, internal control, sampling and statistical techniques in auditing, audit of group accounts, assessment of materiality and the application of judgment, post-audit review, audit of accounts of solicitors and not-for-profit making organizations, auditing of EDP systems, investigations for investment in or acquisition of a business, i.e., prospectus investigation and special investigations and reports. That is summary of what you have in the course outline. And if you look at this course outline, so detailed and voluminous that except wisdom is applied to enable us to look at the depth to go in each of them, it will just be a bodied up work. I can see the way you labored with heavy materials and voluminous notes in your previous lectures, uh, which leaves students with so much confusion. We will not be doing that here. Instead, we'll be more practical, more specific, and we'll guide you towards specific needs.
Thank you,
So I'm going to give you a revised course outline that will show the sequence of the topics and the interrelationship. Already I've been compiling them, but I'm not through with them yet. Even if I'm through, I am yet to process them so that I can supply you the PDF format, enable you through the details and see how we are going to cover the lectures that will follow. Having said that, you also need to talk to you about the study approach for this lecture. There are going to be not less than 5 approaches to the study. The first one is the need for class participation. Class participation. Every student is supposed to participate actively. And I've been noting your participation in the course of such participation. Why will it be easy for me is the fact that approach number 2 requires that you should take extensive personal readings before the class comes up. You know, approach number 3 requires that I will give you assignment before the lectures. That assignment will necessitate you taking some readings. So when you now read based on the assignment I've given to you, and you now get to class, then you have to participate because since you are not many, I'm going to call you by your names and ask you specific questions as I direct the affairs of that discussion for that day. And approach number 4 is that I am going to give you case study assignments. We'll build some scenarios and let you see what matters are arising from them. And those case studies will be given to you in advance of the lectures where it will be discussed. And in the examinations too, we should expect similar case studies for discussion as well. Most likely from what we have discussed while we are in class. And lastly, the 5th approach is there will be sufficient lecturer's guide. I may likely give you PowerPoint slides or full lecture notes or whatever it is, or skeleton outline as I discuss the requirements of a particular topic in the class, such that you are properly guided to know what you are studying. Now, we are going to make it interesting to everyone. So if you have had difficulty with this course before, because you have not passed it or you have some difficulty understanding it, put away your fears and come with a clean mind now towards the new approach. Maybe this is your time to now have adequate knowledge of what it is and how to enter into a kind of love interest with that subject. So don't be despaired, don't be disturbed, don't be put off by previous experiences or performances. It doesn't work that way. And alongside with that is the need for you to now make up very good passes. If you had F before, try to make minimum of B so that it will cancel out the effect of the F, and maybe you can have an average of C eventually, or possibly target A. You know, A in my course is not usually difficult so long as you merit it. In the last 6402, I have 52 distinctions in the class, you know, and nobody can query me for that because the scripts are there and people merited it. Few students who didn't want to pass, we find a way of making them go because I know that in the class we have done enough to ensure adequate understanding, and that's a calculation work. It's going to be theoretical, which will involve some reasoning. So long as you can reason fairly well, there's no way you will not pass. That's me because I'm going to teach you in a way that will make you reason well. And once you can reason well and you are with us, then it will be easy. But if you are not here for lectures, it is not going to be easy. It will be easy for you in Jesus' name. I'm not cursing you. It's only what you have had that you will understand, isn't it? So, and it is easier for you to understand when I'm talking to you than to start reading the notes. It will not make sufficient sense like when you are there in the class physically to understand firsthand and then to ask questions where the need arises. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can only hear one voice consistently. And that's really here. Ducky, are you here?
I'm the one answering. I've been the one answering.
What about Olokun, Deborah? Deborah, Olokun, why have you been quiet?
I can hear you, sir.
You've not been answering each time I ask questions.
I mute
Uh,
my voice.
why would you unmute it when you're supposed to? Oluwatosin, what's happening? Abisola Ogedengbe, I cannot hear you now. Let us hear you. Are you there? Bisola, Bisola. Okay, Omoyo, sorry, Oluwa ńkọ́?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to mark Bisola absent. She's not in this class. She just put on her system and went away dancing. So, except she talks before I end the class, she's going to be marked absent. I'm not too sure. If you put on your device and you go away, you're not enjoying me. You're not doing my attendance works. My attendance is part of the CA score. Maybe you know from previous courses. Every attendance has its own score unit now. So it's good to come. And when you come and you participate, I'm going to attach marks to that as well. But when you impress me very well again, when I say it's 5 marks, it is real, you know. So that's going to be the approach we are going to use. We are not going to address the requirements of today's of the syllabus yet. We want more students to be available before we go seriously to the studies, because each lecture covers so much content. I can assure you of that. That if anybody misses one, you will have missed a lot. But as a background review, as a review of previous studies, as an introductory lecture, I want us to take a look at what auditing is, because we are looking at auditing and investigations. One of the topics we're talking about here concerns auditing. So, what's auditing? What is the need for an audit? What types of audit do we do? Can you even think about? You know. So let's start talking. Who can describe auditing to us in your own basic understanding, not necessarily cramming anything or quoting anything. Just the way you see it. Nothing is bad, nothing is incorrect, nobody will make jest of you. So, look, brother, start the show. What do you understand by auditing?
Sir, can I
Say
speak?
something, anyhow. Yes?
Give me the caregiver, sir.
I said, Deborah, look, what is auditing?
Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Deborah.
IDK, Abi.
Sir, is it
If you don't
me?
say IDK, is it IDK? I don't know.
Okay.
Deborah Olokun, what is auditing? IDK? Kò dáhùn báyìí. Is Deborah there? Ah, okay. Hey. When people don't know questions, they will mute their microphone, Abi. Ducky,
Sir,
please help your sister.
okay.
Give,
Sir,
help your sister.
okay. To my understanding, auditing is the examination, critical examination of the financial statement. Okay, I'm stuck. So a financial statement of an organization to, in order to, sir, I'm forgetting.
One basic thing about gift is a high level of seriousness. Make sure you when you're writing an exam, make sure you add the laughter and all the thing to it. So you document all of those. Now, getting serious. Discuss auditing the way you understand it. Don't bother about whether it is correct or not. Just what you know of it. Just say it. Prayer gift.
Is the examination of the financial statement of an organization.
Okay,
In order
ìyẹn náà tó ìyẹn náà tó má tún dàrú. If that's all you want to say, if that's all you want, or you want to say more,
Yes, sir.
okay, go ahead.
Is the examination of the financial statement of an organization by an
Yes.
auditor, who in return gives a report concerning the financial statement or the books, or that's it, sir.
If I can, I'm trying to click on your tab so I can see whether you are reading for me or not. But
No, sir.
I cannot see your video because you
And
are too smooth. You are too smooth than the previous attempt, as to
no,
suggest that you are talking from.
sir.
That's the material which you are reading. I can see you now.
Now I sit now by my
Anyway, that's fine. Munikat, what can you pick from her definition? Munikat, show your video. Let me see you. What can you pick from her definition?
that was my project though.
Kelani, show me your video. Let me see what you are talking. What can you pick from gift definition? Yeah. For every minute wasted, minus 5 marks. IDK, Abi.
Pardon me, sir.
Is Munikat not on the platform again? Oh, now. Oluwatosin, over to you. Tosin, over to you. What do we do to these people who are hiding and not talking to us? Eh?
So I
I'm
think
on the group side. Network
Answer
is
the
not
question if you
going
are there now.
through my side very well. So I couldn't hear you.
Something is even shaking. It's
Is
not
not that
when else you are coming, come with a clear something. No.
this sir.
I cannot even see you. Okay. Your video is not coming up, Abi. Okay, don't worry. At least I can hear you. So you didn't hear what Gift said, and you cannot tell us what an audit is. Is that correct? No comment. Anyway, it is important for us to understand what we are doing. That's not where you can be taking auditing as a course without knowing what an audit is or what auditing is. You understand? So because that is the starting point. It doesn't show seriousness when you say you have passed, you've taken a course in auditing. You've taken it before, auditing 1, auditing 2. And now we are asking what is an audit, and then you are not coming up with anything tangible. That's not good enough. Gift has said it all during her attempt. He said auditing is an examination of a company by an independent person. There's no point saying independent auditor. Senior auditor to describe auditing will be repetitive. So an independent person undertakes an examination of the financial records of an entity with a view to reporting on its truth and fairness. That summarizes what auditing is, you know. Or if I say what is an audit, it will be an independent examination of a set of financial statements by an appointed independent person with a view to reporting on the truth and fairness of the audit. Then when I say what is auditing, it is the process of examining the accounts of an entity by an appointed independent person with a view to reporting. So either whether audit, you should know when they are changed and how to start its description. These are the ways to look at it. It's important you know what the subject matter is before you start to discuss the details. Without knowing the preliminary backgrounds that relate to it, going to the specifics or the more advanced areas will not be good for your understanding. That is why I'm coming up with this basic review. And who may be an auditor, who may be an external auditor, who may be an independent auditor within the Nigerian context, the Nigerian environment. Yes, Moyo Sololuwa, Lydia,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
show me your video. Let me see your face. It's long since I saw you last. Let me see you. Runda.
Please.
Who may be an auditor? Who may be an auditor? Who qualifies to be an independent auditor?
An auditor must be an accountant, a chartered accountant, sir.
Okay.
Because
The person must be a qualified accountant. I wouldn't like you to use the word chartered
okay,
for that
sir.
purpose, because there's another group now that are not chartered but are national. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So you must take cognizance of that. Before that group came on board in 20, was it 2011 or when did they even come on board? I don't even know. When Anna came on board, I will tell you later. Before Anna came on board, it would be correct to say that the person must be a chartered accountant. But now it will not be. It will be restrictive to say that the person must be a chartered accountant. It is better to say the person must be a qualified accountant. Either chartered under the Account Act or national under the ANAN Act. Those are the only two categories of persons that are qualified to be accountants under qualification. Yes, who else can be an independent auditor? In essence, we are saying that what are the qualifications of an auditor? That's what we are saying. The first one is that he must be a qualified accountant. What other characteristics?
Someone that can
Yes?
give a true and fair view, sir.
Giving a true fair view, what is that attribute? What is that attribute?
Integrity.
What attribute, God? What is the
Integrity.
adjective for the attribute of being fair or truthful?
Integrity, sir, must be a person.
I don't sorry.
Isn't
Eh?
I
If I
said
interject, let's know you so that we can tell you to you without comment.
gift, sir. If integrity, I think that's the word.
No, the word is independence.
Eh,
Truth and fairness has to do with independence. Truth and fairness has to do with independence. Somebody who can truthfully and fairly can judge your matters. That is independence. So attribute one, he must be qualified. I.e. must be a national accountant or chartered accountant. Attribute two, he must be independent. That is, he must be fair and truthful. Attribute three, he must possess integrity, isn't it?
yes, sir.
And being a qualified accountant presumes that you have integrity, until otherwise established. All right, you are doing well for that commission. You are doing well. How may an auditor be appointed? How may an auditor be appointed? Let me take on. It's not Kubura not here. I've not heard her speak since. Or see the one that says that her microphone is bad. The better look, is the microphone bad, or you want to talk? I'm being question Nikki Doshele. Deborah.
No, that's
Deborah ti sá lọ. Deborah ti sá lọ. Let's do somebody else. But are you ready to talk now? The microphone is still bad. How may an auditor be appointed? How may an auditor be appointed?
You see that somebody bought food for me now. Even if, well, at least you could have easily come to meet us. It was Okpe that was bringing it. You could have easily come to meet us that, okay, maybe we should send Okpe too. Oh, yeah, you guys say hello.
Is that the class?
Do you want to buy food? Eh? Are you buying food? No, buy again. Why?
Can you hear what your people are saying?
I think she forgot that it's so sin that is doing that.
She her attention is supposed to be with us here. Eh? Sorry, can you hear people?
Yes, sir. I think she don't know that the mic is on, sir.
When she's supposed to be listening to us. Eh? So you know me for what I do. reward indolence. I don't reward indolence. You are supposed to know you refuse to learn and you come back begging. It doesn't work. Oh, I know that person because I have noted the I can see the control from here. I know the person. Because anyway, anybody wants to make an attempt, how may an auditor be appointed? How may an auditor be appointed?
How auditor can be appointed?
Yes. If you don't know, just say IDK so we move forward. Please,
Sir,
yes. Yeah, yes, Mongo.
I think an auditor can be appointed when the auditor is independent of mind and appearance.
No. What I expect you to say, is that I want to find people and mute them. Mute them. This one's disturbing. This one disturbing our class. I want to mute them. If I mute everybody, then I will be unmuting those that I want to talk. Because I don't know why some people are disturbing my class needless. That's not fair on them. I'm going to go to my settings later and mute everybody. Anyway, that will be setting for another time. Don't worry, let's go ahead. That will be set for another time. Anyway, let me help you out with how the auditor may be appointed. You need to break it down into the first appointment and subsequent appointments. Are you with me?
Yes.
The first appointment, the first auditor may be appointed either by the directors on behalf of the members, to hold office till the first AGM where members will meet. Are you understanding that? So the correct position is to say that only members can appoint auditors to the annual general meetings. That is the standard procedure. However, the directors may act on behalf of members in certain situations. First of which is for the first auditor who would hold office between date of his appointment and the first annual general meeting, where members will now ratify his appointment. The first auditor, the subsequent auditors have his appointment renewed, be reappointed, by the members at the annual general meeting. That's the way it goes. So all appointments must take place at the annual general meeting. But the first auditor will not go to the AGM. Auditors will appoint him on behalf of the members. Members will ratify that appointment at the first AGM. For other audits that is going to perform, members must appoint the auditor at the AGM. That is the position of the law. And then another appointed is presumed reappointed under Section 259, Section 2 of CAMA 1990. I will look for the equivalent 2020 Act and let you know where it is. So, except if anything happens that would disqualify such a person, if he has become lunatic, if he has lost his professional license, if he has become lacking in integrity, if he is found to offended, if he's a bankrupt, becoming eligible for the appointment. And that's some other factors which may affect him. So what I would suggest is that you go through your basic auditing lecture notes by way of revision to enable you to understand some background information. Because when we get to our own lectures, many things we assumed has been known, understood by you. Although when I get to some matters, I will also bring it up by way of revision like this before I go to the specific ones which are required. So that may be enough for us today. I will now proceed to take my attendance so that we can know how many attended today's class. I didn't do it at the beginning because not many of us were available, but now I can do it. I'm only going to call it once. If you don't answer to it, that means you are not here. So we talk of Kelani Muli Katamolabake present. Kelani Muli Katamolabake present. Okay, down. It's 16/1965. Sorry, Oluwa, present.
Sir, present, sir.
Okay. Ogedengbe Abisola Rochelle.
Present, sir.
SC 16/1970. SCC 16/1978. Lomu Deborah Ọmọdọlápọ̀. Deborah Ọmọdọlápọ̀. Olóhùn Deborah Ọmọdọlápọ̀. Òun ló tajà lórí kíní lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn.
No, she's not the one, sir.
Ẹ kílẹ̀ lè sọ̀rọ̀ nísìnyí báyìí. And if she's not the one, then maybe it's Kelani that was marketing.
No, it
Because
was
we need to-
Tosin, sir.
Yes, who?
It was not. It was Tosin.
Okay. Olókun Deborah Olúwapẹ̀lúmi.
Present, sir.
President kẹ̀. Olókun Deborah Olúwapẹ̀lúmi. Who says present?
I'm here, sir. Olókun Deborah.
I called you for questions. You ran away. Now that I'm calling you for attendance, you suddenly appear.
The service is bad, sir.
It's not bad again now for attendance. What about Olomu? What about Olomu?
Sir, I'm present.
Ṣé ló sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn?
Yes, sir.
You disappeared when I was asking questions during the class.
Sir, the network was bad. I've been trying to connect since.
Now the network is good. Okay. Salami Adedoyin Oyinkansola. Absent.
Sashi that works.
Salami Adedoyin Oyinkansola.
She's at fault. She said I should give excuse for her.
Well, SCC 15/345. That should be your CB. Yeah. SCC 15/4611. Most likely, I don't know that name. SCC 16/8971. Abba Theophilus. 16/8985. Adekola Abisala Rukayat. Adekola Abisala Rukayat. 16/8991. Ademola Ibukun. 16/8993. Ademo Blessing Olamide. 16/9010. Akinlabi Esther Tomiola. 16/1936. Gift.
Present, sir.
Everybody knows you are president. 1939 Yehuda Anna Olúwatótiwá. 1941 Fadé Olúwatósìn Adédọlápọ̀.
Present, sir.
What are they present?
Yes,
Where are you?
I'm here, sir.
I can't see you on the platform.
Sir,
So
I can see you. Oh.
come on with your video because your name is not listed there. You are not listed there.
Oh.
Where are you?
I'm here, sir.
Your name is not showing on my screen, so you are here. This screen is showing Abank. This is Abank screen. Are you Abank?
Sir, present.
We're present on that news platform. Video
On your
that
platform. I've been here since now.
I say your name is not showing here. You see, you are present.
My name is there, sir.
You see me? I can see our bank. I can see the Dembe. I can see Dora. I can see Gift. Can you see Fanade on your view?
Yes, sir, I can. I can see to.
You see Fanade? Okay, that's the one you call Tosin. The one you
Yes,
call
sir.
Tosin. Okay, that's the
Ade
marketer. Tosin, you are the one marketing during my lecture.
Yes, she's the one.
Marketing. No, I'm not the one. No.
5 was is
My
bad. Yes.
16 to 1945.
I see daddy now. Look, I see daddy. Sir, 8971.
I told you are not there at that time. You just joined now.
Sir, the network was not
Where
good.
were you when we were taking questions?
The network was not good, sir.
Now that the network is good, what is another it?
I just have to download the Zoom on my phone now.
Now that the network is good, what is another it? Now the
Yes,
network
sir.
is good, what is another it?
I don't know another it.
One way also for 1 year, program they can't do this in fair share. Anyway,
Sir. The brain
let
is
me
down.
thank all of you for registering your attendance.
The network.
Don't worry, we are closing now. I'm only set up for 1 hour. Let me thank all of you for registering your attendance for today's class. I'm going to send the materials for the next class before next Friday. And the assignment we should be discussing will also be sent to you. I want to encourage all of us to participate and to come in our numbers. All of you that have come will earn attendance marks. Those who couldn't answer their names, but who I saw earlier, will have half mark for attendance. So from next week, we're taking attendance 15 minutes into the lecture. That's the first attendance. 15 minutes into the lecture. Second attendance after the end of the class, so as to know how people are concentrating. I wish you very successful outcome in this lecture. Ibukun, who formed
Thank
the
you, sir.
group, is not online now to take lectures. Ibukun Adeyola, who formed the group, she's the one who suggested that
Yes.
I not come to class, that all of you have traveled. And I said, no, I cannot leave class not until January. No, there are other ways that we can do it. The mass also allows for Zoom lectures. Some of us who are not able to come regularly to class take advantage of these online lectures, provided all of you are cooperating. But whenever I want to take any test, that means semester test, any other kind of test to announce, then we have to physically to write our test. That's what by us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
God be with you.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy.
You too, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you,
I can see
Thank you,
Olum very
sir.
well now for the first time. Mhm.
Sir.
So you didn't want me to report you. That's why you have come up quickly. Otherwise, I would have reported you. You know I can report you now.
Yes, I know, sir.
Gift, don't ask me who I'm reporting her to. That's not us. That's a study class. I know you'll be wondering. Don't come to me and ask me again. Who am I reporting her to? These are kind of questions. You know. So, all right. See you guys again.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Woo, thank God.
How far, Debbie?
Olumide, leave my DM. Olumide, get out.
Theophilus, you and this Olumide,
Yeah,
you are
Olumide,
just coming to
Abi.
class, Abi.
I don't understand though.
Who they see? I want to go to
Olumide, you no mark attendance. No, your name is not there.
Come on.
I'm not sure he's doing auditing. I'm not sure Olumide is doing auditing.
He's doing auditing now.
I'm not doing it,
Eh.
bro. Auditing. I know they do auditing, no.
Èmi tí mo ti me at a very old biro and book. I want to come and write. I forgot say mo ti wo
Debbie,
kini
for you,
gbagbe. Me I've already watched this thing and gbagbe ara mi. Abeg. Yeah.
Bible